Hey Ruby, I'm really glad you trusted me and agreed to move back to the US. This will be the best decision you've ever made. I won't let you forget that. You really won't regret it at all.
Well, you better be right about this. Maybe it is good to get a fresh start on things. We've been here for 8 years, and I think maybe some change is good.
Yes, that's what I thought, and the opportunity has arisen, so we might as well take it. But Ruby, are you sure there's nothing bothering you? You seem a little bit off. You haven't smiled properly for a week now. I can always tell when there's something up with you. You know I'm here for you and you can tell me anything.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was looking upset. I can never really hide my facial expressions, can I? I still am a little bit worried, if I'm honest. After my parents passed, I fled from my feelings and moved abroad. I settled down quickly, and I've really enjoyed the time here for the past 8 years. I'm just thinking about moving back. I'm slightly worried about settling down there. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that again. It's such a big thing uprooting and moving countries. But then again, I'm sure it will be nice for you to be closer to your family after all this time. I just keep thinking about it all. It keeps me up at night, but I do think you're right. I guess I'm just getting caught up on every little thing because I'm leaving. Don't worry about me, I'm just overthinking.
Well, Ruby, I do want to settle down here with you. It's just my mom really wants to have me close by. We weren't that close when I was younger, and now that we've gotten closer over the past few years, I think she really wants to have me around so that we can catch up on all the lost time. I'm so sorry that I got kind of in your way and changed your plans, but I also want to live close by to my mom. I think it'll be good for you too. My mom can help us out, and it'll be nice for you to have a motherly figure in your life again. I know this whole thing is making you anxious and restless, but please, trust me on this. I'll be by your side through it all. You won't have to struggle on your own.
Fred, I know it's going to be hard for you to leave here as well. You don't have to pretend to be happy about it for me. I know you're just thinking about your parents. You've worked harder than anyone else I've ever known these past years, and it's a shame to see all your hard work be put behind you by moving back to the US. But you must have been thinking the whole time about your parents and how you never saw them. Go and be the loving and caring son you always wanted to be. But don't think about dragging me into anything. I think I might die if I end up being your parents' servants. I love them and everything, but I can't just give up my life for them.
Oh, honey, of course. I won't make you do anything you're not willing to do. I'm dragging you all the way back home. The least I can do is let you live your life freely. And that goes the same for my actions in our relationship. You won't lose me to my parents, so don't worry about that.
You better be telling the truth on that. I bet in a year's time you'll be chauffeuring your parents around at their every command.
No, I won't. Stop being silly. You know I love you the most out of everyone in the whole entire world. Anyways, babe, this evening should we go to the place where we had our very first date? Now that we're leaving, I keep thinking about all the places when we first met. I'm starting to miss this place already. Better make use of it while we're still here.
Oh, yes! The shrimp there is to die for. I'll pack my bag up as soon as I finish this document.
Oh, that soon? We only had lunch 3 hours ago. I guess it really is that tasty.
Hello?
Hey, Mom, it's been so long. How have you been?
Oh, my son, your face has changed so much in such a long time. You leapt away the second you were old enough to buy yourself a drink. Look at you now, so grown up. It's almost like I didn't have a son for the past 8 years. I really hope you're not regretting your decision to move back.
Hey, I called you twice a week every week for those 8 years. You should be happy that I moved all the way back just for you, Mom. It's so nice to see you anyways. I heard that you spent all your time boasting to your friends that I was doing so well abroad.
Yes, you could have visited at least a few times in all those years, though. It's been so long since the family has been together, yet how can you bring such a lovely woman with you that I haven't even met before? Oh, it's nice to meet you too. Oh my goodness, you've had your nose done, haven't you? Where did you get it done? How much was it? My nose? Oh, no, I haven't had it done. It's my real nose that I was born with. Oh, don't be so modest. Are you saying you had a bad experience? Did it hurt a lot? You're lying really though, aren't you? You got it done in Paris, didn't you? All the French girls lie about getting plastic surgery, although it does look a lot like my friend Courtney's nose. Did you have it done when you visited your family here last? You got it done in LA, didn't you? I knew it! Courtney said the aftercare was terrible at that place. They bruised up her whole face. Was it like that for you? I really wouldn't be able to get such a big surgery like that done on my little face. I would puff up like a melon afterwards because my face is just so small. I didn't do it though, I already said that. And I wasn't being honest because I've never got it done.
Anyways, where did you work abroad? Was it that same company as my lovely son?
Oh, yes, we met at work. In the break room, though. We didn't work in the same department. Well, if you worked at the same company as my brother, you must be well off, especially with the conversion rate. But you didn't bring any gifts with you?
Hey, shush you. Why would we bring gifts when you didn't even get us an engagement gift? Not even a card. We set up the catalog and everything.
It's hard to buy something for someone living abroad. Anyways, we've never met before, so I thought you might have at least brought some chocolate or flowers. It's a bit awkward of Ruby to turn up empty-handed. I wouldn't dream of doing that.
Lower your voice, Carrie. You're being very rude now. Anyways, Ruby's made the reservation at that fancy restaurant in town. You know, the place where you have to put a deposit down for each person dining. Just be grateful you're not paying $50 just to reserve your seat.
Hey, you two ought to stop fighting. You haven't seen each other in 8 years. Let's all try and get along. We don't want this all to start off on the wrong foot now, do we? So, tell me, how long have you two been planning the wedding for now then?
Well, we weren't planning it too heavily before we moved back to the US, so I guess the real preparations will start before the end of the month, right, Ruby? But the one thing that we did do was reserve the wedding hall. There was a waiting list of 9 months before you can even choose a date, so we put our name down on the list last year sometime and managed to set a date for a few months ago. So I guess we've got the most important thing sorted. It's in the Grand Hall at the St. James Hotel in downtown Chicago. It's hard to even get on the waiting list. They've got hundreds of reservations a month.
The Grand Hall? That's crazy. I've always wanted to get married there. It's really expensive there, you know. I've been saving up since I was like 10 years old, and you've got a reservation there, just like that? You'll help me out with the fees when the time comes, right, Freddie?
And why on earth would I pay for your wedding venue? You've got to take care of it by yourself. Otherwise, how can you call it your wedding?
What? No. Of course you have to help me out. We're a family.
Carrie, we'll talk about this later. Quiet down, please. You're giving me a headache. Anyways, Ruby, you've got no siblings or parents to spend money on, so you must have saved up quite a bit over the years, right? Still, it's nice to already have saved up everything you'll ever need. It must be nice being sorted for the rest of your life. I'm only saying that because we raised Carrie and Fred here with lots of care. We gave them everything we had, and now I have very little. And after all of that, my husband isn't even around to help me out. I'm just saying, it must be nice to have sorted your life out at such a young age. I'm envious.
Yes, well, I didn't have any large things to spend money on over the years, so I suppose it was a good thing?
This is your first time getting married, though. Do you have any relatives that you'd like to invite? There must be someone. Have you thought about the wedding expenses yet? I would hope that my son has a really nice wedding after all these years of being single. I really tried not to get sad about him being married, but I can't help myself. My lovely little boy starting his own family without me.
Hey, Mom, don't be like that. Getting married is a lovely thing to do. I'll always still be your son, the one and only.
Well, it's been so long since you came back home, and I thought you were coming back to live with your family again for a little bit. But as soon as you get here, you're going off getting married. I haven't had any time with you to myself. Do you know how upset I am? You didn't even think about getting on a plane once. You never wanted to come back and see me. I know it's true deep down, you don't need to lie. Just try and think about your frail old mother once in a while, okay? To think how well I raised you for you to not even think about me and moving away for 5 years. Now you've come back, but you couldn't face me yourself and come back with another woman.
Don't say it like that, Mom. Of course I thought about coming home, and this marriage isn't going to be in the way of our relationship. We'll organize the wedding ourselves, and after that, I'm all yours.
This boy, such important decision like what flowers you're going to have on the tables and what color the plates should be can't be decided all on your own. That's the family's duty. We'll all talk about it together. That way we can see each other all the time. You may be my future daughter-in-law, but to me, you're my daughter already.
Well, we were planning on looking for apartments this side of the river.
This side of the river is too large an area. Look for them in my neighborhood. Otherwise, it will be difficult to see each other every day. I'll have to take care of myself and probably fall down the stairs whilst trying to answer the phone. Look over the road. There's a for sale sign on that house. It's been there for a while, so it must have reduced in price.
A house? That's so expensive. And buying instead of renting? Wow, I really am jealous of you two. I want to get married as soon as possible. I'll find myself a rich man who can pay for everything, and then I'll be the happiest girl on the planet.
We all know you can't keep a man for longer than a week. Good luck with finding one who'll marry you. You've only just got your job anyways. You should settle down at work and think about what you really want in life first before you start dating. I'm sure Ruby and Fred will help you out later on, but for now you should pull your weight and start saving up yourself.
The house across the road? But then we'll be too far from downtown. We won't be able to make it into work every day. It's too far, Mom. Let's talk about this later, Mom. We've only been here for a few days.
Well, I don't see what else there is to talk about. You'll be far, but you can still make it in. You're just being overdramatic. Nothing is like the commute from your place abroad. That took over an hour. Besides, when you get married, it just makes sense to live close by to your family, in case any new babies are brought into the world. Look, you've made it all the way back home. You can at least consider living close to me. Otherwise, what's the point in coming back? Look, Ruby, you can look for jobs near here as well. I'm sure you're qualified enough.
Oh, well, yes.
Anyways, where are you two staying until you get married? Do you have a place figured out? You can stay with me until you're ready to buy a house. I'll cook your meals and do your laundry. It'll be like a hotel.
No, it's okay, Mom. We actually got a place that we can stay in for as long as possible. It's ours for however long we need it. There's no need to worry about having us.
You've got a place? How come? Who's letting you stay with them for that long? Don't tell me you've already bought a place.
No, it was actually my parents' place. They left it to me.
Oh, but what will you do with all the preparations for the wedding? You don't have time to cook for yourselves and do laundry and cleaning. Even eating food will be hard. Will you be able to afford the bills at that place as well? Don't make it difficult for yourselves. Just come and live with me. I'll look after you and take care of your every need. You won't get a chance to live under my care once you get married anyways. You might as well make use of it while you can. Just think about it. This is what family is for. We should look after each other in stressful times like this.
Well, yes, I suppose you're right. Fred has been away from his family in so long, it might be nice for him to live at home for a bit again.
Really, Ruby? Will you be okay with that? Thank you, Mom. If Ruby is okay with it all, then I would love to, Mom. It has been so long since I've had a home-cooked meal from my mom. I've really missed being taken care of as well as you take care of me, Mom.
What? But I'm using Fred's room as my walk-in wardrobe. What am I going to do with all of my clothes?
Well, you knew it was my room. You have to have known you wouldn't be able to keep your clothes in there for too long. Anyways, thank you everyone. I'll be a really good guest, and Ruby as well. Ruby, I'm sorry. It all happened so fast, didn't it? You must still be in shock. Expecting to just live with me, and now my sister and my mom are involved too? I guess my mom had a really hard time the past 8 years. She really missed me. I didn't know it was such a big issue because she never really spoke about it. But I just couldn't say no, especially after you said it would be okay.
No, it's okay. It's really been so long since you lived with them. I'm just happy that you are. It's only natural that your mom wants to care for you after all this time apart. Besides, when we're married, we'll have our own place anyway, so just soak it all up while you can. Just think about how sad your mom sounded earlier. I think it's a good opportunity to spend some quality time with her. I can also win some brownie points with her. She doesn't seem too happy that you brought me back with you when you went home for the first time in 8 years. It will make things easier for us in the future.
Are you sure it's not a bit inconvenient for you? It's far away from the offices downtown. I really want to thank you for your flexibility on this. But I'm sure you'll find a job no problem. You are amazing at your job and you've worked abroad, so you'll know even more than the people working for similar companies here. Let's try both really hard to get jobs that are as good as before. I'm sure we can.
Of course we can. We're talking about us here, the heads of department.
Oh, hello. Come in, come in. Is this all your luggage? You don't have much, do you?
Yeah, we downsized before coming to make the move easier. We only brought the essentials. We figured we could buy whatever we needed once we got here.
Hello, Mandy. It's nice to see you again.
Oh, hello. You must have had a hard time moving. You can never trust those international moving services. I remember when Fred moved away, they lost the bag with his grandfather's photos and watch in. At least you're here in one piece. You two can share Fred's old bedroom. It's spacious and light, so it will be great for the two of you. I know you two haven't got married yet, but I can't help myself but treat you as one of my own, Ruby.
Goodness, Mom, you're just gagging to help plan a wedding, aren't you? Just make Carrie get married and you can indulge yourself in the festivities. We've only just gotten out of the car.
Since when did you care about being patient? You used to ask me for the next year's Christmas presents on the 26th. Anyways, why do you care if I treat Ruby well? Surely that's what you'd want? Are you saying I'm intimidating again? I'm not, I swear. I like to make everyone feel welcome. How could you call someone like that intimidating? I'm just being myself. The quicker Ruby gets used to it, the better, don't you think?
Oh, yes, of course. I know you're not being scary on purpose. I should try and get along with you all as I am the guest in the house. Is my new sister here and my brother? Did they bring gifts this time? Oh, hi, Carrie. It's nice to see you again. I got you some lipstick, all the way from France. I think the shade will look really good on you. The shade is trending because a famous actress wore it at her ex-husband's funeral. Huh? Lipstick? Is that it? Funeral lipstick? The shade is kind of old-fashioned. I guess we're just different. I have style and the other doesn't. I would have expected a clutch at least, or something designer. Doesn't Paris have a whole shopping mall dedicated to designer brands? I guess you're a bit clueless. Well, that's fine. Just next time, if you want to get me a gift, take me out to the mall and I can pick it up myself.
You are so ungrateful. Ruby bought this especially for you. It was sold out in 3 stores. We went all over the city just to find it for you. Give it to me. You don't deserve it.
What are you talking about? It's mine. She gave it to me. Gosh, what is wrong with you people? It's only lipstick. Why go to such an effort anyway? Okay, well, next time we'll go together and you can pick out whatever you want.
Okay, everyone, let's get some rest. You must be tired from the journey.
Yes, I'm feeling a bit tired. We should get some sleep if you need me.
Ruby's really not what I expected. I don't think I like her at all. She seems to have money coming out of her ears, but why would she skim so much on a gift for her new sister? I heard she didn't have any siblings, so why is she so rude to her future one? You'd think someone like her would be grateful to have me. And even so, all she gets me is a lipstick.
Yeah, I did hear the exchange rate is really good as well. She must be able to buy something a little more expensive. She even has a house over here that she's not using. If she worked at such a good company over there, then why is she like this? Did she get fired or something and isn't telling us? If only her mom was around, I would tell her about her disgraceful daughter's behavior.
You would think someone like that would learn. She must have some redeeming qualities. Otherwise, why would Fred be with her? Maybe I can teach her a lesson on gratitude. I'll give her an extra special welcome to the family.
You should be thinking about other things like getting married. Don't be mean to her. You've only just met her. Keep your mind to saving up for your own wedding, please.
I haven't even gotten a job yet. I just feel like it's all a bit off. They have so much money between them, and yet they're acting like this. I think it's strange.
Just move on. That last man you went on a date with was so nice. What happened to him? You should message him again. He had a really nice personality.
Why do I have to think about the personality of a man over his wealth? How can my brother be so well off and I have to think about whether a man held my coat when I took it off?
Hey, I'm just saying don't judge her too harshly. Her coming here is like you going to meet your future husband's parents. It's stressful. I'm sure she doesn't mean it, giving you that lipstick. But you should choose your partner well. You'll have to put up with his family for the rest of your life. You need someone with a lovely family that can take care of you for the rest of your life. Ruby is our in-law that we are supposed to treat well. You should watch your behavior, seriously. Otherwise, she won't want to spend any money on you in the future. I'm grateful to her for taking care of Fred so well the past few years. I mean, look at him. He's never looked happier or healthier.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right. Oh, right. Did you also hear that Ruby has a house here already? Can't I just quit my job and start my own business out of the building? I want to open a cafe. Wouldn't that be so easy if I already had a place that I didn't even have to rent out? It's so difficult starting your own business these days. Mom, could you bring it up to Fred? I'm sure you'll say it better than me, and plus, he's more likely to say yes to you, Mom. I'll really try to get on well with her, I promise. We'll become besties, and I can open my cafe. It would be really nice to be able to use a building owned by family to operate your business out of. No rent increases or nasty landlords.
Okay, I'll talk it over with Fred, but if he says no, then that's the end of it. You better not pester me with it again.
Yes! My dream is finally coming true.
Babe, can I pre-order my wedding dress today? Should I go through with it?
I guess so. I don't see why not.
Okay, come and help me try it on one more time, and we can also stop by the wedding hall and reception room. I need to talk to you about the number of people going to the ceremony.
You don't need to worry about stuff like that now. There's no need to be so impatient with it all. We're in the US now. We can sort it all out in time. Let's just get some rest and enjoy being unemployed. You've been working so hard nonstop for the past 8 years. Take some time to yourself and have a rest.
That is true. I guess I was just feeling a little uneasy about something. Since moving back here, I've almost finished the wedding planning already. I think I was in a rush because I wanted to settle down as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you really haven't stopped since we've come back home. Don't be so hard on yourself. Everything will sort itself out in due time. You're still so young and you have so much experience. It won't be too difficult to find a decent job. Let's just relax while we can. We haven't been this free since we were 20 years old.
Okay. I just really want to get a job sorted before it all gets too difficult and I've missed my opportunity. Do you have any places in mind?
I want to work for a place that's similar to where we were working for before. But seriously, while we've got the opportunity, let's relax. You've got a house here. We can rent out your parents' house and live off that for a while. Let's just live a relaxed life for a while. I can even work on my own. You don't need to go back to work. I can set up my own business. I could even use your parents' house instead. Don't you have quite a bit of money saved up? Plus, didn't your parents give you some money when they passed?
I want to keep their house as it is for the minute. I don't think it's time for us to be taking things easy. We're young, so why not work while we can and relax later on in life? I've enjoyed my work life for the past 8 years, so why can't I continue doing what I've been doing? I want to do as much as I can now for my future self. We're young and fit. It just makes sense that we work now. Besides, my parents' place is very small. I don't think you could rent it out for very much at all. If we were to rent it out, it wouldn't be enough to keep us afloat. We'd still have to work on the side.
My wife. You always had so much vigor. Okay. Let's just continue what we've been doing. Hey, why are you following me all the way here?
Why do you care so much? I just want to see the dress is all. I'm still a girl after all. I might as well have a look around in preparation for my wedding in the future. That way I can help you out to help me out.
What? Since when are you getting married? It won't be helpful to you. Stop bothering me, please.
Kiri, it's the weekend. Surely you've got a date to get ready for? I'm just curious to see what my brother is doing. Is it such an offense to go along with him to see what he's doing? Well, no, I guess not. Wow, is it here? This dress shop was also on my list of places to buy my wedding dress from. Coming here in person, I'm very impressed. There are so many big dresses with sparkles.
Was this place also on your list, honey? Try one on and come out and show us, my princess.
But isn't it bad luck for the groom to see the bride in her dress before the wedding day? What if I end up choosing one of these? Well, okay, how's this one?
Oh my goodness, you're gonna be the most beautiful bride ever. Oh, isn't she such a princess?
Don't you think you're showing too much skin? A wedding dress is meant to be classy, not trashy. I don't think it suits you to show that much skin. You know that seeing a pig in lipstick? Well, it's like that, but replace lipstick with wedding dress and that's you. If you get what I mean, babes. I think those kinds of clothes would suit me better. You know, tight but classy. I think my body type is just better for that kind of thing. Why don't you try something a little more modest?
What are you talking about? I think it's perfect for my beautiful Ruby. You only get one chance to dress up all fancy. I think the dress is perfect for that one occasion.
Hey, Ruby girl, let me try it on. Just this once. Pretty please, I just know it will look great on me. What? Well, I guess so. Yes?
When are you gonna learn boundaries, Carrie? You used to always take my clothes and wear them until they would wear down. Learn to know what is yours and what isn't. It's Ruby that's getting married here. Why would you try on her dress? If you're gonna keep on bothering us, then you can leave now. Go on, get out.
What? What did I do? How am I bothering you two? I'm just giving advice. I don't want Ruby to make a fool of herself on her wedding day. I'm here anyways. I might as well try on something at least. Why is that bothering you so much? If I get this sorted out now, then when I do actually get married, I won't have to worry about anything. I don't think you should be here right now, Carrie. This isn't going to work. I made the reservation today for myself. This place has a long waiting list. I am not going to let you use me just so you can try on a dress for yourself. And we've got other places to look at, like the reception hall. I don't want you measuring the hall to make sure it will fit your horse parade or whatever lavish thing you'll want at your wedding. Please just go home for today. We're short on time and we can't be messing around. Really? You're so petty. I'm leaving. Oh, and where was the reception hall again? The one on Main Street? I better get there before you then.
You're really doing this? Take a look at yourself, Carrie. Just grow up, please. I know you love to lounge around on the weekends. This is really petty of you when I know you'd much rather be lying on the sofa. If you're really gonna follow us around all day, then at least be calm and control your anger.
Fred, please don't escalate this any further. Okay, well, if you're with us now, you might as well come along. See? You don't have to be so mean to me, Fred. You're not even married yet, and she's treating me like her real sister. Wow, this place is really nice. I heard they held a really important conference here a few years ago. Look at the gold molding on the ceiling. And the chandelier. It's beautiful. I almost can't look at it. It's blinding beauty. Are you really going to get married here? It must be really expensive. How much is it? Tell me.
Oh, wow, I really want to get married here as well. I can imagine myself walking down the aisle with my rich fiancé waiting at the altar, staring into my eyes, and me looking back at his dazzlingly beautiful face. Oh, Ruby, please help me to save up for this place. I really can't get married anywhere else. Now that I think about it, though, your side of the family is quite small, isn't it? Why are you hiring out this massive hall just to fill it with 5 people? Having half the hall empty would be embarrassing, wouldn't it, though? I don't think such a fancy wedding hall would go down well. You might just end up embarrassing yourself.
Carrie, how many times do I have to tell you to be quiet? You're acting like a child. What's gotten into you?
Carrie, the reservation fee here is really expensive. It's a bit burdensome for us to help you out. I can only just about afford it for myself.
What is up with you two? Ever since I got here, you keep telling me to be quiet and watch my behavior. You're treating me like a child. I'm only trying to help you two out here. I know you two have a lot of money. Goodness, what does family even mean to people nowadays? I thought it meant you lived to help each other out. Why is it so hard to get you two to help me out? I'm clearly worse off than you. You're getting married, so you're going to be family soon anyway, Ruby. And we all know you don't really have anyone on your side of the family. Why are you refusing this new sister that's appeared right in front of you? You should be grateful that I'm so lovely and fun. Don't you miss having a younger sibling, someone to help out and make you feel better? It just makes sense that you treasure me as your new sibling. Just think about at the wedding. You'll have nobody to talk to. Just think about the wedding hall. You don't want to waste your money on such a beautiful place if you can't even fill it with people.
You really need to stop talking now, Carrie. Look, I've already told you to leave, but you won't. You are on thin ice right now, Carrie. Thin ice. To be honest, this has nothing to do with you at all. Why do you even care? It's not your life and you're not spending any money to attend the wedding. I really don't see why you're so concerned. When we get married, is Ruby gonna turn into my sister? You need to take a step back.
Oh, but Freddie, you're going to help me out when I need it, aren't you? I'm just trying to make sure everything goes smoothly for you, so when I need help in the future, you'll be willing to help me.
My goodness, you don't listen, do you? Look, back off. Stop getting involved. Hey, honey, I'm really sorry about Carrie today. It was annoying, wasn't it? I brought her along because she had nothing to do, and I worry about her getting depressed. But I should have refused it from the beginning. She was being so rude and out of line, making all those comments about the dress and your family. Oh, I'm sorry. She doesn't know how rude she is sometimes.
Oh no, it's okay. She's still very young and doesn't realize how difficult things really are. I was a bit like that at her age, so I'm not too angry at her. If I had a younger sister, she'd probably be the same. But at least I'm not related to Carrie, otherwise I would probably tear her hair out.
Well, that's true. At least you got to try on the dress and it fit really well. And the wedding hall is lovely as well. I've also booked the flights to Hawaii for the honeymoon. I just need to confirm the room that we're staying in at the hotel and everything will be sorted for that. So now it's just the final wedding preparations. It's all coming together quite nicely and I'm feeling more relaxed. We've worked so hard on this and I'm happy that there won't be any problems. Apart from Carrie's attitude. Oh, come here and kiss me.
No, your mom and sister are in the other room. Let's wait until we move into our new home, then nobody will overhear anything.
I can't wait for you to be my wife.
Well, I'm waiting as well. It's not just you. Anyways, why does your sister want to get married so quickly? She's just 22 years old. I couldn't imagine getting married at that age. Imagine being tied down to someone but not know yourself properly. I don't think it will go well.
I know, right? I've been thinking that recently. She's got her whole life ahead of her. I don't know why she's set on getting married straight away. Maybe it's because she grew up without a father figure in her life, so she's wanting some kind of stability before she starts living her life properly. She wants to start a family as well. Maybe it's all because of our useless dad leaving us before she was even born. We've never had the solid structure of a stable family. But also, her current boyfriend is very nice. I would marry him any day. The things he does for her are crazy. I guess she just wants to start her life properly and feels that she can't do that without the stability of being married.
Oh, I see. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I can't exactly relate, as my dad was always there for me, but I can see how it must have been a struggle for you two growing up. But at least she could wait until she's 30?
Yeah, she's still so immature. Just ask her about taxes and she won't even be able to say one word. Anyways, moving on. I wanted to thank you again for all the planning that you've done for our wedding. I know we only just moved back to the US not so long ago, and you've done so well sorting everything out for us. It is amazing what you've done in such little time. You must have some old friends from back when you were in college here. Invite them along to our wedding if you want. I know it initially said only close friends and family are invited, but you deserve to see some old friends there as well.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll get back in contact with some of my old college friends. You can definitely meet Tiffany. Do you remember the story I told you about her and the unfortunate half-naked bus ride home after we went out for the first time? She was crazy, really. If you want to invite anyone else as well, then invite them. Let's have a lovely big wedding where everyone is invited. But only if you don't drink too much alcohol on the day. I remember when you met my mom for the first time and you accidentally called her your ex-girlfriend's mom's name. The shock on her face.
Hey, I'm not like that anymore. I can handle my drink as long as it doesn't contain tequila.
Mom, there's something I need to tell you. Come here for a second.
My goodness, why are you grabbing me like that? What is it?
Shh, stop shouting so loud. Just come here for a second.
Oh, what's up? Your face has turned white.
Mom, I think I've messed up. I think I'm pregnant. I mean it. This isn't just some attention grab.
You're pregnant? What? I can't believe this.
Mom, shh. Come on, don't make a scene. I just don't know how I didn't notice. I've been really bloated recently and I've been vomiting quite a lot. I even have a fever sometimes. This is crazy. I can't believe it either, Mom.
You've really gone and done it now, haven't you? Pregnant? Whose child is it? How did you not know all this time? At all?
How can you ask whose child it is like that? Who do you think I am? It's my boyfriend's, of course.
Okay, well, does he know that you're pregnant with his child?
I haven't had the time to tell him yet, but there's a slight problem with that. He said we can get married once I start saving money and become financially stable, but if I'm pregnant, that's not going to happen for the next 10 years or so.
Wow, this really is. I can't believe it. You've really got yourself in a sticky position, Carrie. You're only 22. What do you think you're doing, getting pregnant at that age? You're just about to start looking for a proper job, but you've gone and got pregnant. Pregnant!
Mom, why are you getting angry at me? Let's think of a way to solve this mess together, please. I really don't want to be stuck raising a child, but I also really don't want to break up with my boyfriend. I don't know what to do. Please help me out, Mom.
My goodness, you really are difficult to carry. Did you know that going through this much stress at my age leads to an earlier death? You're really going to be the death of me.
Mom, what do you expect me to do? I didn't plan this, did I? Oh, should I just tell Chase tomorrow?
Well, I don't know what I meant to do either, honey. You've got yourself into this mess. Look, we all know you're a little bit hopeless, Carrie, and I'm sure that Chase knows that as well, so you'll need to explain yourself when you do tell him. But getting married now because you're pregnant is a bit shameless, don't you think? I don't want to be mean, I'm just trying to be honest with you, my darling. Don't you think that he'll also think it too soon to just get married after saying he'll only marry you once you've got a good basis for yourself set up? But also, if you don't get that married, then there's more of a chance that you'll end up getting hurt after all of this. But I think because you don't have any work experience and no way to get a job in the next few weeks, then you'll have to go and live at his house. He will have to look after you after all, it's his baby. But once you've had this baby, you'll have to spend all your time slaving away to him so that he can provide for you. Do you know how much this will hurt your independence living under someone else, having nothing you've worked hard for? No. I can't let you do that. I don't think I can let you do that to yourself. I can't let you be treated like that.
Okay, well, what are you suggesting then, Mom?
I'll see what I can do. But for now, don't even mention babies to him for the next few days. Oh, my darling Ruby. Did you sleep okay? Let's have a little chat,
Oh, good morning, Mandy. I slept very well, thank you. Did you? Oh, yes. Is everything okay?
I just wanted to ask how much your wedding cost so far. You've done almost all of the preparations, haven't you?
Oh, yes. I've almost finished. I just need to book the taxi for the way home. But all together, it cost me quite a lot, around $60,000.
Oh, okay. I know that Fred had to save around the same, so if you both paid that, then it must have cost around $120,000, right? Isn't that too much? Shouldn't you be saving that money for something else, like buying a house or having children?
Well, seeing as we've already put a deposit down on the house that we want, with that included and the wedding hall and reception costs, I think it's just right. It's better to have everything ready instead of wait years to have what you want. We tried our best to save up every penny over the years so that we could have the wedding of our dreams.
Right. You've paid most of the deposits for the wedding already, right? So you've still got quite a bit left? How about using all of Fred's savings for the rest of the costs, and then we can give $20,000 to Carrie?
What? Sorry? I'm not quite sure if you're joking right now.
Well, Carrie has just told me that she's pregnant.
Sorry, did I hear you right? Did you say Carrie is pregnant?
Yes, she is, but as you know, she's so young, only 22, so she doesn't have any savings yet or any money to live on her own. But because you two are well off at the moment, can you just give some money to Carrie so that she can support herself while being pregnant?
Oh, I'm sorry, this is very sudden. I'm sorry, but I don't know why you think I should give my savings away to Carrie for free. Isn't that too much? We're not even related. I'm sorry, but I don't think I can do that for her.
But she doesn't have any money at all. You know I'm old nowadays, so I can't even help her out. Look, you're about to get married, so you'll be related before you know it. Just think of it as helping out your own sister.
I'm sorry, Mandy, but I don't think this will work out. I don't want to do this.
You don't want to? Just think about it. You've been away for the past 8 years. This is just repayment for all the missed birthdays and events over the years. Of course you can help out with this. It's what family does. Look, I just think that Carrie needs to get married as soon as possible. You know, because she's pregnant. I think she needs to get married before you and Fred. Can't you postpone your wedding a little bit for us? We need to get her married before it's obvious that she's pregnant.
I'm sorry, Mandy, but listen to yourself. You first expect me to give your daughter $20,000 to live, but now you're saying she needs to get married before me? I've planned this wedding meticulously over the past few months, and now you're expecting me to just push it to the side? You've lied to me saying she needs that money to get back on her feet. I know you just want it for the wedding to hide her illegitimate child.
Hey, you're just being rude now. You need to watch your mouth, young woman. It's only natural that a pregnant woman should be married.
I'm sorry, Mandy, but I've used all of the money for the wedding and the deposit for the house. On top of that, I've already decided everything, including the dress, the honeymoon, plane tickets, and wedding invitations. How do you expect me to postpone a wedding when I've already sent out the save the dates? It's going to be very difficult. I can't remember everyone I invited to my wedding.
Why are you making such a fuss over this? The wedding is in 2 months. That's more than enough time to get everything moved. Anyways, come to think of it, Carrie wanted to get married at the same place you booked. Can't you just give your slot to Carrie and then book a new one for yourself? If you can't cancel the reservation, then it just makes sense to give it to Carrie.
Mandy, you're being ridiculous now. Listen to yourself. Why on earth would I postpone my wedding just for Carrie's unplanned pregnancy? I am going ahead with it all as planned. I'm sorry.
No, I can't let you do that. If you want to make enemies of your only family members, then go ahead.
What? How could you bring my parents into this? What is all this racket? Carrie, what is going on? You're pregnant? Oh, yeah, I'm 3 months along.
Are you really laughing about this right now, Carrie? You're laughing at me but expect me to give you $20,000 to cover up your silly mistake?
Ruby, you know that I don't have any money. Just help me out this once. Come on, big sis. I just have to get married before this baby comes out of me. Can you please just change the name on the reservation for the wedding hall? For me, please. You know, it's my dream to get married there. And seeing as my wedding is more imminent than yours, just let me have your slot, please.
How can you be so shameless?
Oh, and the wedding dress shop? Seeing as you'll be giving me your slot at the wedding hall, can you give me your reservation at the wedding dress shop as well? Seeing as you're already having to postpone the hall reservation, it just makes sense. That dress you tried on was beautiful. I wonder if it would fit me. I would look like a Disney princess in it.
Mandy, what is your daughter saying? She's trying to steal my whole wedding, including the dress. If you just give her $20,000 and change the names on the reservations, then it will all be fixed as soon as the problem arrived. Look, she's only young. It was just a small mistake. After this, she'll ban Eve herself and pay you back. Look, seeing as you've already gone through all the planning, it shouldn't take you that long the second time around.
You're all crazy.
But also, because Carrie is so young, when she has the baby, she won't have any money to live on, and getting a job will be impossible. You own a building in the city, right? It was your parents'. Or was it a house? Anyways, can you let Carrie run a cafe there? She won't be able to get a proper job after having this baby, so if she can run her own business in a rent-free space, then she'll be able to live comfortably. She even said she wouldn't want to be locked away at home looking after the baby, and that she wanted to work, so she really will apply herself to the business. That way she can take time off whenever she wants and look after the baby in her free time.
What? How can you say this in front of me right now? Does Fred know about all of this? Did he approve already?
What's the rush? We can just tell him when he gets home. You're overreacting, don't you think? It's your building after all. You won't have any money towards it, and Carrie won't have to pay rent. And if she does, well, then everything will get back to you in the end.
She's right, Ruby. I'll run the cafe really well. It'll all work out. Ooh, what should I do with the interior? Maybe a 70s look? Or a futuristic? The cafes that have a theme are really popular nowadays. I'll be boasting to all my friends that my cafe is doing really well. Wow, it's all really working out. A wedding at the most beautiful hall in town and a future cafe owner. Wow, I am so excited.
No, Carrie, that won't be happening. Don't even think about it. Just wait until Fred comes home. He'll agree with me that this is completely ridiculous.
Honey, what's up? I heard you fought with Carrie and my mom.
Fought? They were being completely ridiculous and out of line. Do you know what they said to me? Your silly little sister has gotten pregnant, so we have to postpone our wedding and give her the reservation slots? Oh, and also, I'll be giving her space in my parents' building so she can run a cafe business. I don't know why they think I'll be doing any of that. They said it all to me as if it was the right thing to do, like I was expected to give my life away for her mistake. I am at a loss for words, honestly.
Oh my, she's really gone and done it now, hasn't she?
What are we going to do? Your sister gets pregnant and they expect us to be their servants and give up everything we've saved up for over the past 8 years.
Well, honey, why don't you give it some thought? I was also thinking about it.
Think about it? There is nothing to think about. They've offended me deeply. Oh, right, so you're just going to say do it all because she's your sister? Your mother told me to give $20,000 to Carrie, free of charge. That's a year's savings down the drain.
Wow, this really is a big issue, isn't it?
Do you even know how much it costs to cancel everything we've booked so far? I can't give in. There's no way I am being pushed over by these two and giving away my life savings.
Honey, I don't know about this. Maybe you're being too harsh. It does make sense that Carrie gets married before us, no? I think this whole thing is extremely annoying and frustrating to have to deal with and give up on our plans for the wedding. But I think it's the right thing to do.
I'm sorry, what? What did you just say to me?
I'm sorry, really. You know we're far more well off than Carrie is right now and probably ever will be. She hasn't even worked one job yet, not even in a cafe. She really has nothing to go with. No savings, no experience. I'll take the hit and pay for the cancellation fees. But she can't be expected to get married with no money, can she? Especially if she's doing it to cover up her baby. If she were just to get married at the registry office, then it'll be obvious and she'll be forever looked down on by her family and friends. She'll have to spend all of her time looking after the baby and won't be able to support herself, let alone the poor child. The least we can do is give her a good wedding. Look, she's my younger sister. It's just what I have to do as her older brother. I can't watch her life get destroyed by all of this. We'll always be able to live a good life because we have financial freedom. But financial freedom is something that you have to dedicate time to over many years. And if you have a child, that is just something that won't ever be possible.
I can't believe you're feeling such sympathy for your sister, but what about me? My parents die and I move away to a foreign country where I don't speak the language. I have to take night classes to learn the language in order to communicate with the people I work with so that I can work my way up in the company and be in a position to save up for my future. But then I go back to my home country because the man I love wants to be with his mommy again, only for the last 8 years of hard work to be taken away from me by an immature 22-year-old. If she didn't have the mental capacity to think about her own future, then she should have already been working for 8 years in preparation and be clever enough to use protection. Don't you think it's shameless enough to have to borrow money off of someone you only met a few months ago in order to cover up your mistake? But then she goes and expects me to support her silly cafe business by giving her free reign of my parents' building?
But Ruby, we are getting married soon. She'll be your relative before you know it. You don't want to mess up your relationship now and never be comfortable around your sister future-in-law.
Relative? Family? I get to choose who I consider family. When have your family ever treated me like family? Why is it only me that has to treat people like they're my blood relative when they look down on me at every inconvenience? Why do I have to sacrifice my life for her? Haven't I already lost enough? They take everything I've ever worked for and treat me like trash for retaliating? And the building was passed down to me by my parents. That's the only thing I have left of them. How can you make me give it away to your careless sister?
Honey, why are you being so cruel? Just take a breath and think about it when you've calmed down. You're too worked up right now to think straight.
Calm down? Worked up? Okay then. I've heard everything you have to say. Let's talk about this tomorrow. I have something to say to you all. Please come over here.
Ruby?
Carrie?
Yep.
Congratulations on your pregnancy. So, about what we talked about yesterday, instead of $20,000, would you like $60,000? Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
Are you for real right now, sis? All right, you're for real, right? $60,000? Oh, what I'll do with you.
Oh, this is all so wonderful. It feels like my chest is going to explode. I'm so happy. Tell Chase right away and start planning your wedding. It's like every Christmas I've experienced all in one conversation.
Babe, what is this all of a sudden? Can you really give away that much?
Of course, honey. I was only thinking about myself before, but now I've had time to think about it all. I've realized I was being selfish. Once we're married, we'll all be family, and I didn't want to ruin that for everyone.
Babe, thank you so much. You are such a wonderfully kind and considerate person. I'm so lucky to have you.
I'm so glad you thought it over on your own. Thank you so much, Ruby. I mean, it's what family does, but I'm glad you came to the conclusion on your own. Seeing as you've already planned for one wedding, you can do it again.
You really are amazing, Ruby. You're the best sister I could ever ask for. Are you really sure about $60,000?
Of course, the pregnant lady is always first. The baby is so important, so you need to take things slow and not stress about anything. Don't feel like a burden and ask me for anything, whatever it is.
Yes, whatever you need. You're really amazing, Ruby. Who would give their future sister-in-law $60,000? Only the best of people.
Of course, Ruby is a wonderful person. I'll always treasure what you've done for me and our relationship. And finally, I'm getting married as well. I never thought this day would come. Oh, right, so would I be able to put my name down for your reservation at the wedding hall? It was the 20th of July, right? Wow, a summer wedding. Can you also let me have all of the other things you booked, like caterers and decorators?
Of course, I'll call up and move everything to your name. Wow, I really hit the jackpot with you, Ruby. I guess there is pros to raising a son well. My lovely son has brought home an even lovelier wife.
Sis, seeing as you're letting me have everything else, can I also try on your wedding dress and the honeymoon? I'll use everything. You won't have to pay any cancellation fees.
Hey, Carrie, you need to calm down a little bit now. Ruby has sacrificed a lot for you. You don't need to rub it in her face.
It was her decision. I'm just trying to help out. I know cancellations for these kinds of things are almost the same as the original price, right, Ruby?
Yeah, I'm sure you're just trying to help out, Carrie. Take the tickets and the hotel reservation, use it all. Everything will cost more to book now as it's only 1 month away, so you might as well use everything I've prepared so it doesn't cost anyone any more. And the wedding registry is full of expensive furniture, but maybe we could narrow it down today and go and have a look at everything at the registry store.
Wow, so exciting. Let's go, Mom, come on.
Oh, also, Fred paid for everything in advance, but you get whatever you want today, but send me the bill so I can look at it. Oh, yes, I forgot about that. I haven't been shopping in such a long time, so let's go and have a look in other stores on the way to the department store. I'll get you a present for being pregnant. It's such a lovely thing. And you too, Mandy, pick whatever you'd like. Wow, Ruby, you are treating us so well. I guess I should take the opportunity when it arises and buy myself some new shoes.
Babe, you've really changed your opinion. You're not secretly angry, are you?
No, not at all. I just thought it over, and I think you're right. I'm so lucky to come back home to the U.S. and have a second family, and I was being so harsh before to the people that are my new family. I mean, my younger sister has just gotten pregnant. What more could I do to help her than give her the support she needs? I want to be there for her doing all of this. Like you said, we might not have that much, but we are far more well off than her, and it's the least we could do to help her out right now.
Honey, I'm so thankful for everything that you've done. Truly, I'll try harder to support you as well. It makes my heart full seeing you to be so wonderful to my family like this. I'm so grateful that you're my future wife. I'll be the best husband you'll ever have. Oh, I love you so much.
It's nothing, really. I'm lucky to have a family again.
Wow, I am so happy. Just look how things turned out, Mom. $60,000. On top of that, I get to have my wedding in the most beautiful building in the city, and then I get to spend 2 weeks in Hawaii. My life is a dream. A dream! I need to tell my friends right away. Let's go to the wedding dress shop so I can take a photo in the dress and send it to everyone.
Wow, you are so lucky, my beautiful daughter. I'm still in shock. Ruby was so generous to give you almost 10 times the amount I asked for. It's so kind of her to do such a thing.
Right? I really thought she was a stuck-up person who was always secretly judging everyone, but it turns out she was so kind all along. My Freddie did so well to bring home such a lovely girl. Wow, Mom, look at this. I have to have it. Let's buy it, and one in blue, too. Oh, Mom, didn't you say you needed a dishwasher? This one is on special offer. Let's take the opportunity and buy you this as well. You won't hurt your back doing the dishes anymore. I'm sure Ruby won't be opposed to this.
Oh, really? Oh, it would be a massive help. Let's have a look at them all. I'm sure there's a cheaper one.
Oh, I am so happy. I've never been able to do something like this for my whole entire life. Let's buy expensive meat and cook it for dinner as well. Lobster. I haven't had lobster in such a long time. We can make it for Ruby and Fred as a thank you for today.
Oh, yes, let's do that. What she's done today makes me think she'll be more open to lending you some space in her building. Let's ask her tomorrow. I want coffee. You'll be able to make it for me soon enough.
Yes, do you think she'll let me use the space? I'll be the boss soon.
Wow, I just can't believe how lucky we are. My lovely son has come back home and you're getting married. I might cry.
We really are lucky. I just can't get over $60,000. She's so kind. Sometimes I actually can't believe it. I sometimes think she must be plotting against us. To give away so much money in such a beautiful wedding hall, it just seems too much. She's an angel, don't you think? Fred better start being that nice to me as well.
It is suspicious, but I think we're not used to being spoiled, so of course we think it's all fake. But giving away $60,000 is a very big gesture, Our worlds will be turned upside down once you have your own business. Rent free!
I can't wait. Mom, look at this. Isn't it expensive? It's going in my shopping cart! Sis, did you change the name on the wedding hall reservation and the plane tickets?
Of course I did. You're out all the time shopping with your mom. When did you quit your job?
As soon as I heard that you'd help me out, I quit, of course. There's no need to work when you've got someone so lovely in your life. Besides, you told me to take things slow. Also, I'll be running a business soon, won't I? So I quit my job as soon as I started planning the interior for my cafe. What do you think about an undersea theme? Goodness, there's so much to buy.
Well, we've got all of the essentials now, haven't we? We just need to wait for everything to arrive in the mail. Anyways, have you heard from Chase recently? Is he also sorting out stuff for the wedding? We're putting so much money into this, but is he also pulling his weight? I thought he was meant to get a promotion. At least we've sorted everything for the time being. If we've got $60,000, who needs a promotion? Oh, why do you look so sad, Carrie?
I'm just thinking about Chase and his promotion. He was meant to put a deposit down on a place for us, but he hasn't done it yet. Hey, Ruby, above the cafe, there's space to live in, right? We can make it into an apartment, can't we? We can live there until Chase gets us a house to live in. I think it'll be nice living there. It's got such a great view. We can get settled into the space above while the space below is being converted into a cafe. I'm thinking I can start working there a year after having the baby.
Wow, you've really got a lot of things that you want, don't you, Carrie? We've done so much for you already, yet you're still so greedy? Ruby is working really hard for you. Just think about that for a little while.
Mom, let's go look at vacuum cleaners today.
Okay, today is one of the last days we can go shopping before you get too big.
Oh, another delivery? How many has that been today? Babe, we keep getting deliveries today. Did you go on another shopping spree? Where are all of these coming from? Babe, do you know anyone here that could be sending so many packages?
Oh no, it was me. I'm moving house.
Moving house? What are you talking about? Seriously, moving out? Where to?
I'm breaking off the engagement.
What? Breaking it off? What is this all of a sudden? What's going on here, honey?
What do you mean, what's the issue? It's been here all along. I just want to escape from the hellhole that you call your home. The three of you can live happily ever after with your senile mother and cray sister. Why would I want to live in a place where I get taken advantage of for being a nice person?
What? I've never heard any of this before. All of a sudden?
All of a sudden? You think this is all of a sudden? You were there the whole time. You saw how they treated me. How is this all of a sudden? I've been dealing with them for months now. When I said I didn't want to give them any money in the first place, they looked down on me and treated me like a trash. How can I live with a family like that? Why are you so surprised? You let them treat me like that.
You're not thinking straight right now. How about you have a lie down and we can talk about this later? There's only a few days left until the wedding. Maybe you're just stressed out about it all. Have a nap and just think about it later, okay?
No, I've thought enough. I've been taken advantage of enough. I have had enough. It's your sister. You sort it out yourself. You don't even need me here anymore. She got pregnant at 22 because your mom never took good enough care of her. It's your family's problem. You can deal with the aftermath of me leaving. Did you really expect me to deal with this all? I'm not even a part of this family. I wouldn't even go this far to help if it was my own younger sister. She's so shameless and greedy. Why would I, a complete stranger, give her $60,000 just like that? I spent almost 10 years abroad in an unfamiliar country earning that money.
Hey, Ruby, why are you saying all of this now? Are you not giving her the $60,000?
I'm so tired. Today's shopping really took it out of me, but it was a success.
Oh, what are you two doing standing there? Thanks to my wonderful daughter-in-law, we finally got everything ready for the wedding. Here's the receipt, Ruby. Oh, why are you just staring at it blankly? Go on, take it.
You really are such shameless fools. How can you be such terrible humans?
Huh? What do you mean? Oh, my, why did you just tear up the receipt?
Carrie, congratulations on your pregnancy. I hope you have a good life. You've no money and no future. I really am curious how your life will turn out. You really thought you could get married with someone else's hard-earned cash? Your whole family will suffer because of your actions. From now on, I will expect monthly installments of the $60,000 that you've just spent on a lavish wedding to that useless man who didn't even want to marry you. We all know you've never had any money. He just said he'll marry you when you do because that will never happen. Huh? What? Am I hearing this wrong?
Oh, sorry, did I not mention I'm breaking off the engagement, so prepare to live your life paying me back. Instead of trying to cover your flaws through marriage, you should really think about fixing them yourself. Such a poor life. This was the best day of your life, right? Buying anything and everything you've ever wanted at the mall. You parasitic creature. What did you just say? You're leaving Fred?
Yeah, you heard me right. I'm leaving him. What, do you have some kind of issue with it? Why should I have to waste my money on your useless, leeching family? And on top of that, the fact you even dreamt about running a cafe from my building, you're insane and delusional. It's my property. I'm not giving it away for free. And you think you can live there as well? You really need to get your head checked out. How can a girl who doesn't know how to use protection run a cafe all by herself? Why on earth do you think that I would let you ruin my building like that? And on top of that, not even pay me a cent of rent? Do you really think all of this makes sense? Do you really think you deserve this?
What? How could you say such harsh things?
It's because you're delusional. You need someone to tell you how it is. You're so spoiled that you think I would just give you $60,000 just like that. Did you not suspect something was off? But you just went along with everything, never second-guessing and getting yourself into $60,000 of debt. Honestly, it's hilarious. Have a nice wedding. I know it will be perfect just as I planned it to be. You really are stupid. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing at you.
Hey, give me my $60,000.
You really don't pay attention to detail, do you? When did I ever say I'll give it to you? You were just blinded by the thought of having $60,000. I never said I'd give it to you, though. I just said, send me the bill so I can look at it. At what point in that sentence did I say I'd pay for everything? Never. Not once did I mention paying for anything. All I said was that I'll change the name.
You're crazy. Why are you doing this to me? You were talking as if you were going to any for everything. You changed everything and said that it was under my name but already been paid for. I spent way over $50,000.
Ruby, are you being serious right now?
She really acted like she was going to pay for everything, I swear.
You really are a nasty girl, Ruby, aren't you? I'm going to report you to the cops right now. I'm seeing you to jail.
Report me. Go ahead. I did nothing wrong. You can't send me to jail.
Hey, Ruby, you're being crazy and cruel right now. How could you do such a thing to me?
What? I had to tell them. You know everything about my life, how I settled down and worked really hard for years and years in order to be able to afford a good life. You said, let's get married. You dragged me back to the US when I have a lot of trauma from this place. I just couldn't take it anymore. I gave it some thought and realized you weren't good enough for all my trouble. I'm just sorry that I didn't come to this conclusion earlier. Maybe I'd never have to have moved back here. I really don't know what you're going to do without me. You'll never realize how much of a help I am until I leave. But I guess it's better for you to learn that way. You'll never be able to find a good job here. You didn't think it through before you moved back. I just can't wait to see you struggle after I leave you. Even if you got a job, it would be nowhere as good as your last one, and you'll constantly be reminded of the mistake you made moving back here. You only did well abroad because not many people in your field spoke English, but look at you now, surrounded by English speakers, all wanting the same job as you. I really hope you have a hard life from now on. That's the only way you'll ever learn to appreciate me and what I've done for you.
Hey, how could you do this?
After coming back to the US after living abroad for 8 years, I suffered a lot and decided to move away again. I realized on Fred a lot when we lived abroad together. Living along again in a foreign country has made me lonely, but I don't have any regrets. As soon as I got off the plane, I blocked Fred on everything. However, I forgot to block his email address. Through the countless emails he sent me, I found out how his family ended up after I left. In the end, he contacted me for help, saying that Carrie broke off her engagement with Chase and was being sued over an apartment. I bit my tongue and deleted the email as if I never saw it. Will I find a good relationship again? Hey, Mary. Sorry if I'm getting this wrong, but I'm curious. Were you and Dan bathing together last night?
Yeah, we were in the bath together. What about it?
Oh, really? You two really were in the bath together?
Of course. We're usually done by 7, but time got away from us last night, I guess.
Wow, I did not know about any of that.
You say it like there's some kind of problem.
Well, it's just that I've never heard of this kind of thing. I don't really know what to say.
What is your problem? Whatever it is, just spit it out already.
Well, to be honest, I'm just not really comfortable with it.
What are you talking about?
I would really like it if you two didn't do that anymore. It makes me feel really uncomfortable. Actually, I don't think I can stand that happening in my home.
Look, I have been giving Dan baths for 38 years now. I'm not about to stop now after all this time just because you want me to.
Well, it's just that I could hear you two last night. Dan was saying that he wanted to get closer. Just what were you two doing in there?
I was making sure to soap off his whole body. What do you mean?
His whole body? As in, all of it?
Well, duh. Ever since he was little, he was never good at making sure to soap off everything, so I help him make sure that every part of him gets clean.
Wait, no. You can't be serious. Please tell me that this is some sort of joke.
Oh, what? Are you telling me that your parents didn't bathe you at all?
No, they did, but it stopped as soon as I was able to do it for myself. I think it's pretty normal for that to stop by elementary school.
Well, Dan is always my little boy in my eyes, so I've always just helped him. I don't get what is so wrong with that.
But Dan is 38. He's an adult. He has a wife. There are some things in life that just can't continue forever, and that is one that you should have stopped a long time ago.
But he just asked me to move in with the two of you, so of course I'm going to keep doing what I've always done for him. It isn't like I'm happy to be living with you either, you know?
I understand that Dan asked you to move in with the two of us, but I am just really not comfortable with you two bathing together while you are here.
Well, until you entered the picture, we used to sleep in the same bed. You don't know how sad it made me when he started asking to sleep with you every night.
Yeah, no, back up. You two even slept together?
But this is a good chance for us to get back to that. Tonight we can finally sleep together again.
Excuse me? Just what are you talking about?
I mean that I'm going to sleep in your bed from now on, so that Dan and I can fall asleep together. You can find another place to sleep.
You can't be serious about this, right? This is just crazy talk.
What is so wrong about it? I've been lonely without Dan, and this is a good way to address that.
There is no way I am going to allow something like that to happen.
Well, you will just have to get used to it, I'm afraid.
You can't just move in here and do whatever you want.
Well, why don't we just ask Dan what he thinks?
I don't really even know how I'd react if Dan agreed to something like that.
Well then, we'll just have to find out, won't we?
My name is Valeria, and I am 32 years old. I married my husband Dan 1 month ago. He told me that he wanted to invite his mom to live with us in our home. I never had any problem with her and thought it was sweet that he wanted to make sure that she was taken care of. She always offered to do the cleaning and the cooking, which was incredibly helpful since both Dan and I have jobs. I was more than happy to take her in and live together with the three of us, but how wrong I was. I mean, I couldn't believe what I heard. Those two actually bathed together. I've never heard anything like this before. I don't know what to do. What can one even do in a situation like this? I'm sorry, it's just... I literally can't. I'm still not over it. I tried telling Dan that I was really uncomfortable with just how close he was to his mother, but I knew that the situation wouldn't be resolved so easily. Hey, Dan, so how is it sleeping together with your mom?
I honestly feel so much better now that I am.
Even better than when you sleep with me?
Well, of course. I mean, I've only shared a bed with you for a month and I haven't really gotten used to it. But I've always slept together with my mom. I just feel like I get much better rest with her.
And you've been bathing together with her too, right?
Yeah, of course. The first thing I do after getting home from work is hop in the bath with her.
I see. Well, just asking. You do undress yourself when you bathe, right?
Nope, Mom always makes sure to undress me herself, just like she always has.
Oh, come on! You can't be serious. What is that?
What's the matter, Vel? I don't understand why you're making such a big deal out of this.
Oh, come on. You can't actually expect me to believe that you can't even understand why it's a big deal.
No, I really can't understand. You're acting weirder than usual.
I'm okay. Trust me. I just have another question. You do soap off by yourself, right?
Of course not. Mom helps me out with that too. She always scrubs me off.
Okay, well, what about when you get dressed? Who dresses you?
Mom puts me in my undies and my PJs, of course.
Okay, so who dries you off after the shower then?
That would be Mom again, of course.
Okay. Wow. Just... Alright, so then who brushes your teeth?
Oh, come on, what do you think I am, a kid or something? I know how to brush my own teeth, but she always makes sure to pour me my cup of mouthwash and counts to 20 for me while I swish it around.
I don't believe this. I don't know what to say.
What has gotten into you? I really don't understand why you're acting so weird.
Well, look, I talked to your mom a bit already, but
This whole thing just makes me really uncomfortable.
What do you mean? We're mother and son. What is wrong with any of this?
But you're an adult. You're a grown man. I just thought that you wanted to get away from your mom and live your own life now that you're married. I mean, you want to be a dad one day, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I can't wait to have kids with you.
And you married me because you want to spend the rest of your life with me, right?
Yeah, of course. Why else does anyone get married?
Okay, so don't you think it would be good to break away and live just the two of us?
I don't follow. What are you trying to say?
I don't know if I can even explain it at this point. We're just talking in circles now.
I don't get what you're trying to say. If Mom doesn't live with us, then who would wash me off in the bath?
What are you talking about? You're an adult. You should be able to shower by yourself.
Shower? What are you even talking about?
Why are you so surprised by this? Okay, so when you were young, what did you do when you had school trips overnight somewhere or summer camps?
Well, Mom would always make sure to be there with me. And if the teachers ever said that it wasn't okay, then I just wouldn't go.
I don't believe this. This is just too much.
And I've never taken a vacation that Mom didn't join. I remember this one time we went to a water park and Mom made sure we got co-ed changing rooms. Maybe we can go back there, just the three of us.
As if I would tag along to be there for that.
I don't know. I really feel like you'd be missing out. Mom and I always have a lot of fun at water parks together. I'm sure you would have fun with us too.
I really don't think that I would be comfortable with that at all.
And I need Mom to sleep too. I just can't sleep well if she isn't lying there besides me. I'm sorry, but I think I need to ask you to keep sleeping by yourself for a while longer at least. You can do that, can't you?
Well, then how are we supposed to have a baby if we aren't even sharing the same bed?
Yo, right. That's a good point. What should we do? I guess you could come to Mom's room, but that would mean that we'd have to do it in front of her. Do you think you'd be okay with that?
Are you out of your mind? Of course I wouldn't be okay with that. That's sick. What is the matter with you?
What are you talking about? What is so wrong with that? I don't get what your deal is.
I just literally can't even... This is so gross. I don't even know what to say.
What is so gross? What are you freaking out so much for?
I want you to go out in the street and find the first person you see. Go ahead and ask them if what you've described for me is normal behavior at all. Ask them if they still bathe with their mothers.
Okay, fine, I'll do just that then. I'm sure it'll be fine.
No, don't do that. Whatever you do, do not do that. They'll think you're some kind of pervert.
But you just told me to go and do it. What do you want from me?
I want you to stop bathing with your mom and to start sleeping in our bed again. Do you think you can handle that?
I'm sorry, but you are asking too much of me right now.
Well then, I'm sorry, but I think that I want a divorce.
What? Are you serious? Why? What did I do?
I can't even begin to explain all of the things that you've done, and I get the feeling that there are a lot more things that I don't want to know about.
But I thought that we were all getting along so well. What has gotten into you? We were all good friends before.
That was before I realized what you two were really doing together. I can't stomach that happening in the same house as me. Do you really not get what's wrong?
If that's what you're worried about, then how about we all just bathe together?
I will literally drown myself if I ever find myself in the bath with you and your mother.
Oh, please don't divorce me. All my mom can talk about is how she wants grandkids.
I'm going to print out the divorce papers, sign them, and file them right now.
Oh, please don't do this to me. I don't understand what happened.
I can't stand this anymore. You know, I could hear your mom singing those weird lullabies to you last night, and I can hear you in the bath too. It is so gross.
What is gross about it? You aren't explaining yourself. I just don't get what you're so upset about.
I'm going to move out of the house too.
Wait, Vel, please don't do this to me. Let's just talk about this in person. I'm sure I can make this right.
I have no idea what there is to even talk about anymore. This is out of control.
But we can all talk together. I'm sure that we all just need to calm down and talk this out in person. Hey, how have you been? Are you okay? Where are you right now? It's been so lonely without you in the house. I really miss you. You are my sun, you know? And my mom is my moon, of course. I need the both of you here. It just doesn't feel right.
Oh, you were so close to saying something normal and not completely gross. Except this is the 100th message you've sent me now. Just sign the divorce papers already.
I can't. I won't. You can't make me.
Well then, I guess I'll just have to find a lawyer and do this the hard way, won't I?
No, please don't do this. My mom says that no one can know about what we do. You can't tell a lawyer about this.
Well, if she doesn't want anyone finding out about it, then she must know that there's something wrong with what you do.
No, it's not like that. It's just my mom is a very private person and doesn't like people knowing her business.
Well then, I assume that the rest of your family at least knows all about what you two do, right?
I don't know anything about that, but I'll ask my mom, but I'm sure it's fine.
What is all this? I was busy cleaning out the bathroom. Why am I in this group with your missing wife?
You always make sure to clean the bath until it's sparkling after you have a bath with Dan, don't you?
Oh, please. You have no idea what you're talking about.
I want Dan to sign the divorce papers. I've asked him over and over again, but he refuses to.
And just why should he divorce you? Because you refuse to understand what we have between us. You should just come back already. Don't you realize all the pain that you're putting him through right now?
I will come back if you two promise to stop bathing and sleeping together.
And just why is that so important to you, huh? What does that have to do with you?
If you can't do this for me, then I won't come back. It is as simple as that.
Hey, Mom, I really want to know, do any of our relatives know about what we do? I mean, does Uncle Jojo know?
Of course they don't. Nobody knows about what we have, Danny.
But why? Why doesn't anyone know?
Well, you know Mark, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember meeting him a couple of times. He was really, really scary.
Well, if he found out about us, then we couldn't go on doing what we do. He would try and force us to stop. He's just a stubborn old man who doesn't stop until he gets his way.
Wow, this guy sounds like a pretty scary person then, huh?
He's just a cheap, bald little rat, but he always tries to tell everyone what they should be doing.
Well, if you really hate me that much, how about you return the money that you owe me and leave the house?
What is that? Why did you put that in quotes?
It's just a message that Mark gave me to send to you.
Wait, what? What are you talking about? What is this?
Well, Mark is here with me right now, actually.
What do you mean? Why are you with Mark?
Well, Dan told me that this was a private conversation, so I just thought I would ask some of your family about this as well.
So, you're there with Mark right now? Are you telling me that I can see you if I go to Mark's house? I'll go there right now.
No, don't come here. Whatever you do, don't come.
But why? Why can't I see you?
Because you put your mother before me and ignored all the things that I was asking you. We're never going to get back together.
No, please, I need you. Don't do this to me, Val.
Valeria, just what are you doing over there anyways, huh?
I just needed to hand off some stuff to Mark.
Well, if you're so close, then you should just come here. You're Dan's wife. Start acting like it.
You should see the looks on everyone's faces here.
Everyone? What are you talking about? Just how many are there? What did you need to hand off?
There's about 15 people here, actually.
15 people? What are you doing there? What did you bring for them?
Oh, just pictures of you and Dan in the bath. I brought a projector for everyone to see.
You what? What are you saying?
Exactly what I just said. It shouldn't be a big deal to show family, right? Since it's so normal and not weird at all.
No, but I mean, you can see everything. Everything.
I know, right? Mark's wife's face is really something.
What have you done? Why would you do this to me? What's the matter with you?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that this wasn't some big family tradition that I just wasn't understanding. I was wondering what everyone in your family thought about it.
Of course it isn't a family tradition. It's something that only Dan and I share.
That's exactly what I thought.
But you've overstepped yourself here. You shouldn't have shown this. I'll sue you.
You can go ahead and try. I will be sure that the court sees all of this evidence that I've gathered.
You wouldn't dare. Would you?
You manipulated and abused your child from a young age and tried to hide it away from everyone else. Dan thought nothing of what you two were doing. And you even ruined chances he had to go on sleepaway camps or school trips. You stole so many happy memories from him. All for what?
No, I never meant to do that. That was never my intention.
Belle, ever since you left, I've realized that I care way more about you than I do about my mom.
Dan, what are you talking about? How could you say that about me? I'll spank you for that, young man.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. You could never accept that your little boy would grow up one day, so you manipulated him into becoming a man-child that you could keep control over.
But he is my cute little boy, and he always will be. I knew something was up when he said he was getting married. I just thought that if I moved in with him that I would be able to control the situation.
But the point is that children grow up. As a parent, it's your job to help them become an adult, not keep them a child.
I am going to cry. How could you do this to me?
Well, maybe you should be crying. You've done something terrible here.
But it was never my intention. I never meant for this to happen.
By the way, I've shown Mark your messages and he is furious.
Why are you bringing in all of these other people? This isn't their business. Why are you ruining my life?
Well, it's only natural that he had some questions after seeing all those pictures, so I showed him what you were saying.
Mark? All those messages are a lie. I never said any of those things. Valeria is nothing but a liar.
You two are renting the house from Mark, right? He wants you out of there as soon as possible.
But he can't do that. I don't have anywhere else to go. What am I supposed to do?
He also said that he wants you to pay him back the $50,000 that you owe him.
But I thought that I could pay it off with money from your job. There's no way I can survive on just my retirement.
Sounds to me like you should have learned to be more responsible with your money.
Please, I am begging you. I promise to stop bathing and sleeping with Dan. Just come back and we can all live together. Just tell Mark not to kick me out, please.
It is way too late for that. Besides, I know that it won't be long before you go back to your old ways. You'll probably just wait until I'm pregnant before you start demanding your special time with your son.
No, I won't. I promise. Please don't do this.
Dan, are you there? There is something I need to tell you.
I'm here, Vel. What is it? What's the matter?
I want to go through with the divorce.
No, please, don't do this to me. This isn't my fault. I didn't even do anything. It's all her fault.
Dan, stop this. How can you say that about me?
I want to move out, Mom. I'm going to learn how to have a shower by myself, and then I'm going to ask Vel to marry me again.
That is okay, I will just say no, but I do want you to learn how to live on your own.
Wait, Vel, please. I can change. I'll promise. I'll be an adult.
Dan, I really feel for you. I am so sorry for what your mother has put you through.
But I don't want to lose you. I love you.
Please, don't wait for me. I want you to go and live your own life, but if you don't let me go, I will go to the police and ask for a restraining order.
Please don't do this to me. I can't live without you.
Well, you will just have to learn. And I have a lot to learn too, it seems.
This is all your fault, Mom. You ruined everything.
Danny, no, don't say that.
Mark was furious after he found out the truth about Mary and Dan. He gave them 2 weeks to pack their bags and move out. Dan happily found his own apartment and began to live on his own. Mary tried asking other relatives to let her live with them, but they all turned her down. She had no choice but to try and find a new place to live and even had to start working again, just to survive. Dan sought therapy and before long became a real pro at bathing all by himself. Of all things that I witnessed and heard them do, I just wish that I could forget that. Suffice to say that I've learned my lesson about marrying someone without knowing their family situation well enough first. I've also concocted a test. Make sure that a man knows how to bathe all by himself before I marry him. I know my standards may be high, but I'm going to try my best. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.